Hi, Sandra Wilson here, clinical hypnotherapist. Now it's that time of year where the kids are going back to school, and I know that quite a few of my clients really dread it. Nothing to do with the kids, nothing to do with the kids going back to school, more to do with the school gates and all those parents, all those mums and dads with their children. And the fear of making small talk, the fear of even walking through the school gates, because everybody might judge you, they might look at you, they might wonder, who is this person? Are they like us? Do they belong here? Maybe you have a fear that these groups of people that you don't know, you don't feel comfortable with, and typically the school gates can be very triggering for many people. You just fear intensely that you are being watched, you're being observed, you're being judged. And even if an opportunity to talk did arise, then you just feel so uncomfortable making small talk. And what on earth do you talk about? Maybe you are, especially if you have ADHD combined with rejection sensitivity, an absolute loathing of small talk. And you might even notice certain things about these people at the school gates that I'm sure they probably wouldn't even want you to notice. You might have quite a heightened sense of being able to read the room and see things that maybe other people can't see. And I think this is part of, an additional level of perception that some neurodiverse brains seem to have. So if you're in a crowd of people, you're at the school gates, whether it's some event that your children might be wanting to attend, and you really just don't want to be hanging out with the mums and the dads. You don't like being in that scenario, but now it's back to school time again. It can be really difficult trying to worm your way out of it because it's so freaking uncomfortable. What if you do say something to make a tit of yourself? What if somebody judges you for some reason? What if you desperately want to make friends, but there's just nobody really that you feel particularly attracted to in that sense? You just don't really see anyone that tickles your fancy, that you want to be friends with anyway, and it's just this added layer of pressure. And if you're a mum or a dad with ADHD, and particularly if this is combined with rejection sensitivity, going to school with your kid, being at the school gates with all those parents all standing around in their little groups, gossiping and giggling and making you feel totally like the odd one out, it's a pretty awful feeling, isn't it? And it might not necessarily be something that you are even really, bothered by, but some people do find it quite traumatic. So yeah, this is a topic that I'm going to be talking a bit more about. Just the feeling of discomfort, extreme discomfort, that you might get rejected, you might get judged, even in groups of people that you don't particularly know and you don't particularly care about them. So I hope that makes sense, and I'll be back with more content. Bye for now.